Our Archdiocese is a very, very special place. It's a vast geographic area. It's lots of different people, lots of different communities. What we're all trying to do, what I think our mission, all of us have the mission to bolster God's kingdom.
We're blessed with a great problem in the Archdiocese of Mobile, in that we have a real spiritual renewal happening. But it does come with a price to pay, and it's kind of a price the church has to pay.
I know that people have a real affinity for seminarians and priests. I mean, it really astounds me how much it means to them, and it does. It means so much.
I think we need to understand, where are we today? What is the need? How can we do more and help create a brighter, better financial future for my parish and my Archdiocese?
You call to mind the reality that we're one family, one diocese. We've been blessed, but at the same time, there is a real need for the future.
I tell people, you're not going to pray for me, pray for my car. You know, I spend a lot of time in the car, but it's worth it. The bishop, he's the father of the family of God. He needs to be out there visiting with the people. And I want to see this blessed family of God that we call the Archdiocese, and we're truly blessed to continue to be a strong family of faith. To move forward, sometimes we need financial resources to do that. This is the way that we, the family of God, can pool our resources together for the next generation and the generation after that.
We kind of need to plan for the future so that the basic things, taking care of our retired priests, educating seminarians, reaching out to youth who are losing, all the time, like endowing our future so that these big basic building blocks are taken care of.
I think it's important that we incorporate all of the communities in our Archdiocese as one family, because we are all part of the body of Christ. But most hands-on, it's at the parish level. That's where all of our children had their first penance and their first communion. They were all confirmed there. That was our parish and that was our home.
The parish really introduced me to the church. It was it was the meeting ground between me and my family and the greater church. On the parish level, youth ministry allowed me to take my faith more personally.
We have to pay attention to our youth. I mean, that's where we build the faith.
At the parish, I am the director of youth ministry. When our group went to ACYC this past year, just looking over and seeing them, praising God, and, they saw that it was a safe place for them to open up, and that just does everything for me. So with the campaign, there's so much we could do.
Parishes and their pastors know the needs of their parish better than anybody else. And so they're going to be able to assess, what do we need in our parish to help our youth, and be able to apply for a grant from the diocese for that purpose.
Having a strong youth ministry leads to more vocations and more seminarians.
Youth ministry and vocations connect, big time. After being influenced by another priest, basically the number one influencer of guys who go into seminary would be a youth minister.
The first time I ever thought I had a calling to the priesthood was senior year in high school. 3 years later, I call my parents and I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to go to seminary.
Because my sons have been seminarians for 7 years, I really, truly appreciate what a special place this is spiritually, especially through their seminarian formation.
The biggest hope I have, I want to be a part of the parish life. I want to be there for the parish festival. I want to be at the basketball games for the middle school. I want to baptize the kids and then see them grow up and then hear their first confession and then give them first communion and then marry them one day. That's the kind of thing I desire as a priest, because at the end of the day, they're fathers.
I tell people I have 21 sons in college. We spend roughly about $50,000 a year per seminarian, which is a very reasonable amount. But to have 21 seminarians, it's over $1 million.
We should hope that that $1 million cost becomes $1.25 million, because that means that there are more men out there, and this endowment will help fund that.
Here's guys who are coming out of the woodwork in a day and age where priesthood seems crazy, and they are stepping out in faith to lay down their life to be spiritual fathers for us. But for now, we really have to adopt them as our sons. And so I'd see too, kind of with our retired priests, these are our fathers, and they've kind of become like our grandfathers in some ways. And just like our own parents, when they get older, we take care of them.
I was ordained May 15th, 1965, so it's been 54 years. As one of the retired priests, it sort of reminds me of a relay race with us priests and seminarians. It's like we pass the baton down to the next generation. Priests are going to be retiring. How do we support them? How do we care for them? That becomes a family responsibility.
We need to treat retired priests with the dignity and respect that they so richly deserve.
Why do we have to support the priests in their retirement? Well, gracious, they've given their entire lives to the church. That is absolutely the least that we can do to begin to thank them.
The money that the Archdiocese has to pay its bills comes from only one place, the parishes. Of that money that's sent in, more than half of it goes for two things: to take care of our sick and retired priests and to educate our seminarians.
The endowment is a savings plan that will last for generations and generations.
And that's how an endowment works. It'll become less of a financial strain on our parishes if we take the opportunity to endow it. And it's a great time to do it. It really becomes quite a gift when we work hard as a parish, because we will receive 20% back of what we receive in pledges up to the goal, but we'll receive 80% back of anything over the goal for the needs of our people, for the needs of our parishes.
This is important to me because I love the Archdiocese of Mobile. I'm in my 70s. A bishop my age is usually not looking for a new challenge to undertake. But I see what's coming. The only way to meet the challenges of those financial obligations will be by expecting more and more money from the parishes, unless we have another source of income. This campaign is not about building buildings. It's not about bricks and mortar. It's about building up the family of God that we are. I'd ask all the people of the Archdiocese of Mobile to prayerfully consider a sacrificial pledge for this campaign. That's what families do. They sacrifice for the good of the family. And I ask each of us to allow the love of God to guide us in deciding what sacrificial pledge each of us can make to make this campaign the success that it's going to be.